mean, you're going to remember this hour for eternity, I promise. So let me start with this. In 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the... We are dating with each other, aren't we? These guys maybe never heard that little story. Old mash. Anyways, in 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Now here's the question. This is a trick question, by the way. Was the world round in 1492? Show of hands, how many say it was round? How many say the world is flat?
The perception is flat.
You're both right. Geographically, the world was round. But I think what you need to understand, in the mind of the people, the world was flat. So in essence, the world was actually flat. So what I'm here to tell you today is this. Healing comes from the inside out. You cannot put enough cream and drugs in your body to make your body normal. You've got to make changes from the inside. So this is kind of like a responsibility what we're going to be talking about today. Does that make sense? You say yes? Yes. Now, think about this. Christopher Columbus was an experienced seaman. I've been to his home in Genoa, Italy. I wanted to check it out. He was experienced. So when he was asking the people to finance his endeavor, do you think any of those bankers have ever been on the ocean before? No. Probably not. But they were telling Christopher, you can't do it. But once again, he was experienced because I know that Christopher saw the vehicles, the ships coming to him, saw the top of the mast, used a little common sense, knew the world was round. And as the story goes, they really did know the world was round back then, but the real concern was they didn't have a timepiece to locate where they were at because they had gone along the coast of Africa. The reason I bring that up to you, if I would read the Wall Street Journal every day, and read the USA Today, the New York Times, and journals, and look at stuff just like all of you do. Just today, in the Wall Street Journal, we said, Dr. Bob, why are you talking about the Wall Street Journal? Because it's about money. The pharmaceutical companies make money. And I am not against taking pharmaceuticals. I mean, I'm saying that to be diplomatically nice and correct. But they're saying that Lipitor is not as effective as what the Lipitor media is wanting you to believe. As a matter of fact, it's only 3% effective in preventing heart attacks. And they recently said that it went from 2 to 3%. They said over 30 years of people taking Lipitor, you may help 15 people in 30 years. So they were giving a lot of false information. So let's talk about female hormones. And one of the reasons that I wrote this book. Do you know how many women were taking synthetic female hormones when they made a decision that the hormones themselves, that were coming from horse pee, by the way, horse pee, pregnant mare urine. Horse pee was actually causing cancer. So they stopped and they pulled the carpet on the test back in 2003 because innocent women who were even on the test were having cardiovascular disease and other challenges. So I've been passionately and happily married for 32 years. My wife and I are both over 50 years old. No health challenges, no medication. My wife's mom lost her breast back in 1969 when we were both in the 7th grade. And they scared my wife and said, someday you're going to have breast cancer just like your mom. Well, we know, going over what happened to my wife's mother over time, she was given one of the initial hormone replacement therapies back in the late 1960s, and that drug caused a reaction in her body. She was having hot flashes back then. So I'm here to tell you today, good news. The good news is, first, you can get healthy without medication, because I've been doing it with patients for over 30 years. Have personally touched over 300,000 people. But the bad news is, for some of you, is you have to change. Because what you're doing right now may be a part of your challenge. So we decided to put together this book. And I did this book based on my clinical experience of dealing and helping women. They come into the office with a tear in their eye, cysts on their breasts, cysts on their ovaries, liver challenges, constipation, headaches, and they don't want to take medication anymore. So where do we start? Well, if you're taking notes, And this information I'm going to share with you is in the books. I just really want you to listen to me with your mind's eye. I want you to listen to me. Don't memorize anything. I'm not here to punish you. I'm here to help you. Because sometimes some patients get mad at me and they say, geez, Dr. Bob, what you're saying is so hard. It's not about punishment. I'm trying to teach you some things. So let's talk about this hormonal balances inside of the body. You have about 7 or 8 glands. I'm not going to discuss in detail all of them, but you have one of the main glands in the top of your head called the pineal gland. The pineal gland is sensitive to sunlight. Now, the reason I bring that up is some of the challenges that I see with individuals are these. Sunglasses. Now, I'm not telling any of you to or not to wear your sunglasses, but I know this. If you're wearing sunglasses, you're interrupting whatever spectrum of light is to hit the back of your eye to tell your brain what to do. I live in northern Ohio. It is not sunny in northern Ohio today. It is cloudy and snowing. The reason I want to tell you that is that people at this time of year start to get a little depressed. They get depressed because they don't have access to sunshine. My family has spent time in Seattle and Vancouver. Those people up there are depressed. Why do you think Starbucks started up there? They did so well. Get a little caffeine juice in the side of their blood vessels. But here's what I want you to get. If bright light bothers your eyes, that's a sign to me that there's a gland in your body called the adrenal gland that is not functioning optimally. You say, what does that mean, Dr. Bob? Your adrenal gland is your backup gland for all the hormones inside of you. So if you crave salt, and craving salt is not wrong. People have been led to believe that salt is the bad guy. Sodium chloride is the bad guy. But minerals are the spark plugs inside of your body. You need minerals. We all need minerals. That's one of the reasons that we encourage our patients to use Celtic sea salt liberally. If bright light bothers your eyes, you need more minerals. If you crave chips, you need more minerals. Do you know what depletes your body of minerals? Stress. Stress and this. This is how much sugar is in one soda pop. Do you know how many gallons of soda human beings in America consume every year? In excess of 54 gallons. Teenage boys consume more soda pop than any other geographic group in our society. Soda pop, devastating. Soda pop will actually cause osteoporosis. So the pineal gland receives sunlight. It tells the main chief executive officer in your body what to do. It's called the hypothalamus. Don't write it down. It's in the book. I'm not trying to impress you with. Just remember this: hippopotamus. It's the hypothalamus, the CEO of your body. So if I was to tell you something really happy right now in your stomach is some butterflies, it's your emotional part of your brain, the hypothalamus, telling your physical brain what to do. But if I was to tell you something really sad, you know how you get that knot in your stomach? Well, your hypothalamus controls the emotional person with the physical person. Now the hypothalamus tells another gland in your body what to do, called the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland secretes hormones to tell the thyroid what to do, your adrenal gland what to do, your ovaries what to do, and testicles in men. So hormones are communication devices that also can be affected by electricity or the nervous system. Do you know, this is going to really, you've probably never heard of this little statistic I'm going to give you. Do you know that half of your nervous system is in your gut? Half of the nerves in your entire body are in your intestines. That's how significant absorption is in your body. So here we have all of these hormones and these glands. We have the pineal gland at the top, followed by the hypothalamus. And some of this is in the book. You'll see a picture. And then we have the adrenal glands, the pancreas, the ovaries, and the testicles. Here's what happens. Your hypothalamus tells your pituitary gland, for you ladies, to secrete something called follicle-stimulating hormone. That's to tell your ovaries to get ready to release an egg. Here's the little nugget you gotta understand. In the body, women have two basic female hormone steroids, One is called progesterone.